What's good, y'all? It's that boy, Easy Millions, and I'm your host of that boy, ETV. You already know, man, we are back on Black Ops 6, and boy, oh boy, man, when it comes to Call of Duty, man, there are just a lot of issues that I think this game just kind of has overall. And it's really just starting to kind of get to not only me, but it seems like a lot of people in the community as well. Because overall, I don't feel like COD is in a really good place with its overall fan base, right? We've seen multiple videos. You've even seen me talk about it. I know you see other people in the community talking about it as well. But we all know that Call of Duty has been losing its identity, or is definitely in an identity crisis, trying to be Fortnite, when that's not the player base that you have. The fact that it seems that the devs and Activision as a whole cares more about dropping cosmetics and bundles and making money instead of doing things like updating the Ricochet cheating system that they have to keep these hackers out of ranked play. I mean, it's so bad, like I said in the last video, that you had the World Series of Warzone open qualifiers go on, and you had multiple people hacking with their names saying things like no world of Series of Warzones for you in their names, and they're just blatantly hacking. Not only that, you could find streams of people just having their hacks on and just ruining people's day in Call of Duty. So right now, I just don't feel like Call of Duty as a whole is in any type of good place with its fan base, player base, anything like that. I know that they are making money at, an extent at an astounding rate, but again, that's because they're dropping all these bundles and they're really targeting the kids, young demographic here when it comes to this stuff. Even though a lot of these things, like the last event, Beavis and Butthead, is more in line with my generation, but again, I guess it really doesn't matter when kids are just going to go out and buy this stuff anyway. So I really do think that they need to kind of start getting back in touch with reality and figure out a good way to kind of transform the overall feeling of the game, especially when it comes to not only their player base as a whole, but the core player base that essentially made Call of Duty what it is. That will be my generation, and I think that's also too why a lot of these events aim towards my generation, because yes, there is a influx of kids coming in, especially if their parents play this. So again, it's just one of those things where I don't think that COD is really in a good place with its overall player base as a whole, man. And then on top of that, devs are focused on being more of an adult Fortnite for kids and forgetting that their core fans are still heavy in the game. And now the core fans are no longer, teenagers to young adults. We're now in our adulthood. So again, they're adding a lot of this stuff into the game that their core fans, or us, the adults now that grew up playing Call of Duty, we complain about this stuff. We're sitting here like, man, what happened to the military sim game that I enjoyed playing? What happened to this? That group of players that grew up playing Call of Duty, we still, for the most part, play Call of Duty. We're still a big chunk of your player base. It's not just the kids that play Call of Duty, but yet you only cater to them by focusing on putting in all these stupid bundles that turn Call of Duty into adult Fortnite. Like I get it. We're no longer the target demographic for video game players, I'm assuming. But that's also, in my opinion, that's probably based off of previous generations where, yes, 30-year-olds didn't really play. When I was growing up, 30-year-olds didn't play video games when I was in high school. That wasn't a thing because that generation didn't grow up with them. But now the numbers need to change because you're talking about now people are going to be playing video games well into their adulthoods now. This is not something that is back in the day. A lot of times, like the generation before me, like my sister's generation, they probably play video games and then stop playing them after a while because in their generation, it wasn't really something that was a thing. I'm a part of the generation where online gaming became a thing. So a lot of us now use online gaming not only to socialize, but to keep up with people. But now you have kids that are going to play the game from the time they're little, probably all the way until they're senior citizens. Especially now, my generation still plays game at a high rate. So again, I think that you are forgetting about the core fans that you had because I think they are focusing on previous numbers and thinking that because a lot of us now are in our 30s and things of that nature that we'll be stopped playing games. But the truth is, we've been playing games our whole lives. I don't think that this group of the new group of 30-year-olds is going to stop playing, especially if you've been playing your whole life. So I still think that they do need to still cater to that original core group of fans that they had and not just focus on trying to appeal to the kids and getting the kids to convince their parents to buy stuff, because the adults ain't really buying stuff. It's mostly the kids. So again, devs, my advice to you is still try to focus on bringing kids in, but also to remember that your core fans are still around and they will bring in kids for you as well. So again, let's not 100% try to go into Fortnite here, and let's still stay Call of Duty, right? Now, another thing I want to bring up is another issue of mine, and this is probably more of a personal issue and only issue for those that attempt to make content or any type of videos or anything in regards to Call of Duty. But there are way too many people online that two-box, that go out here and which is cheating in my opinion. I mean, it's not in my opinion. Two-boxing is cheating. Ending up in lobbies that they shouldn't be in, and then they go play these lobbies, get this ridiculous amount of kills. Like I saw this dude, Mark of a Hero, have 131 kills in a lobby, and he tried to say 131 kills against Sweats. I know you're not playing against Sweats, bro. You're not. You're not playing against people who are out here playing every day, all day. You're two-boxing, three-boxing, however you want to do it. You're getting your ass into these handicapped lobbies, essentially with players who should not be maxed up with you, like to the point where there's clips of this guy shooting someone and the person doesn't even react to the shit. These are the kind of lobbies he's in, right? But it's people like him that go into these, that two-box, three-box their way into a lobby, right? Get gameplays and then post these shits, and now people go online because people are dumb, right? They go online and they see these videos of like someone on Call of Duty has like 300,000 views, right? They go out and they get 100 and some kills, some ridiculous amount of kills. Talking about, oh yeah, we out here to get Sweats, right? But then you got me, a small person trying to make some content. My background footage, again, is just mostly just for you guys to watch while I gap away, which I appreciate you guys for listening. But again, I'm out here putting up, maybe 2 KDs, 2.5 KDs in a game, something like that. Now that's above average. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that's trash. But yet, if someone were to come look at my video and see only a 2 KD, they're going to be like, well, this guy over here is getting 100 kills, so I'm going to go watch him. So fighting against fake content when you're an actual person trying to put up real content, playing in real lobbies all the time, it's very frustrating, because I see these people go here and be, oh man, you're so nice. And it's like, bro, these dudes are two-boxing. Let's be real. Anyone that plays Call of Duty knows you are not getting 131 kills and you're playing in your normal lobbies, bro. It's not happening. Not with SBMM, bro. Just stop it. And then the last thing I want to talk about real quick before I get up out of here is going to be snipers. And just the fact that, man, I don't know what it is about these games, but I'm just tired of snipers. I'm tired of snipers in Warzone where you pick up one-shot kill guns off the ground. I'm tired of people sniping in multiplayer, especially with the way these maps are designed now, where basically you can just sit in one spot the whole time. There's no way to really get to them. It's the most annoying thing in the world. And snipers mixed in with the new map designs is just horrible. And same thing when it comes to Warzone. Like, I don't understand why you have snipers in abundance laying on the ground and they're one-shot weapons in a battle royale game mode, man. That shit crazy to me. But hey, down in them comments, man, let me know. You tripping, man. You don't know what you're talking about. Or you're onto something. And let me know down in the comments, man. Do y'all think COD's in a bad place? Do y'all think that the devs should focus more on the core fans and the kids at the same time? Are you also fighting against fake content, and how do you feel about it? And how do y'all feel about snipers and battle royale and multiplayer, man? But until then, I'm going to leave it off with the rest of this gameplay here in the background, and I hope y'all enjoy that, man. But as always, please like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, become a supporter, and catch me streaming on Facebook Gaming and Twitch at DatBoy ETV. Now, catch you on the next one. I'm out. Ha. Peace.